I am big. I am so big. I am big. I am so big. I am big. I am so big. I am big. I am so big.
I had carefully crafted my story long ago, only recently reawakening it from its slumber, after poring over the piece with a fine-toothed comb to catch any missteps in spelling or grammar. I was determined to share it with the world. Although English is my second language and I had no formal education in it, I was undeterred. Any errors that may remain are a testament to my self-taught knowledge. If you spot any mistakes along the way, let me know so I can give them the proper attention they deserve. My name is Kiba Snowpaw, and I have been transformed into a mighty creature that stands tall in the howling wind. I am an ice blue-white wolf with eyes like burning coals and my stature of 193 chem towers over all around me. It might seem unfathomable to some, but this is my true tale. I was once a human, but now I am something far more powerful. Tonight the full moon looms ominously in the pitch black sky like a specter of some unknown power. I recall 1 year ago standing here helplessly captivated by its ancient beauty as it bathed me in an eerie white light. Now, as the moon begins to dip below the horizon, I mourn its descent as if it were taking away my only chance of being understood again. My hand trembles with emotion and exhaustion. Will anyone ever be able to comprehend my transformation? For months I have been rejected every time I tried to explain what had happened to me. But perhaps there is still hope for someone out there who believes without prejudice. With that thought, I am filled with a newfound determination to tell my story, whatever the consequences may be. On my way to visit my mother in Baltimore, I decided to take a rest stop in the woods at dawn. As I continued walking, I stumbled across a fork in the road. The path to the left would take me 3 days on foot to get to Baltimore, while the one to the right led into a beautiful field of flowers and butterflies. Although I had been through this forest countless times before, I never knew that there was a castle nearby. Tired from trudging along for days, I chose the short journey towards it. The fields were full of flowers, and each flower bloomed with an intricate design unique from any other. Butterflies fluttered amongst them like little fish swimming around coral reefs. If this had looked familiar before, it was because every image anyone ever draws of a castle is just like this. As I approached the castle, its wide-open gates gave off a foreboding feeling. My heart pounded in my chest as I shouted into the silent air of the inner courtyard. "Hello! Is anyone here?" Craning my neck to get a better view, I noticed each torch was burning brightly, almost as though someone had just lit them moments ago. What kind of person would be here at this hour? I thought to myself as my feet nervously shuffled across the entrance threshold. My heart raced as I stumbled up the jagged stone steps, only to find a wooden gate blocking my way. Peeking out from the right side of the entrance was an unblinking face that uttered just one word: "Welcome." My body froze in fear at the sound, and when I turned my head towards it, a colossal dragon emerged out of nowhere. Its emerald eyes sparkled more vividly than any plant's leaves ever could. Its scales were like shimmering gold, and they shone like no other material had before. This beast was not a figment of my imagination. It was real. The thing that instilled terror deep within me was not its towering height or razor-sharp claws. Rather, it was what adorned its snout, 3 horns crafted from rare gems, each more exquisite than the last. As I gaped at this massive creature, it crept closer until I felt its heated breath on my skin. That was all I remembered before unconsciousness overwhelmed me. After I woke up, I thought I was back at home. But then memories of the dragon came flooding back, and I sat up too quickly. My head spun, making it hard to focus on my surroundings. Once my vision returned, I saw the dragon in the doorway, leaning against the door frame. Stunned, all I could do was stammer, "Hey!" "Dragon." Fear began to take over as I gasped out desperately, Don't. It me," while scurrying away from the bed to press myself against the wall. For what felt like hours, I sat there watching the dragon. The dragon looked as though it were carved out of stone. It had no features or detail to its face, and it was leaning against a smooth pillar. Then the dragon laughed and said, "Why would I eat you? You're my first guest in a very long time." All I could do was stutter in response, "Yo, you can talk." The dragon simply smiled and said, "Of course, I can talk." As I began to relax, the dragon invited me to join it for dinner, insisting that I must be hungry after my long journey, despite its lack of concern for me. Unsure whether or not it was safe to trust this creature yet, I hesitated to accept the dragon's offer. The air grew thick with awkward silence as the dragon waited for an answer. It didn't seem perturbed by my stall tactic. Suddenly snapping out of my trance-like state, I heard the dragon say, "I insist you join me. I won't take no for an answer," before disappearing through the doorway. Uncertainty gnawed at me as I hesitated in the doorway, my heart beating like an overworked piston. The grandeur of the castle was breathtaking, a stunning testament to centuries. Old craftsmanship. I got up to follow the dragon, remembering my bag in the corner of the room. We went down a long hallway that led to a massive staircase, every step echoing with our presence. Finally, we arrived back in the main hall with 3 possible exits. The double doors on my right beckoned me into a dining area filled with food that would have made even kings envious. The aromas of exotic spices and savory meats wafted around me in a seductive embrace. The dragon gestured for me to sit wherever I liked, so I chose somewhere not too close yet, not too far away. The creature told me to eat whatever I wanted, and despite my initial hesitance, I decided to join it for dinner. As we ate, we spoke and shared stories, some light, others dark, but all revealing more about ourselves than either one of us ever thought possible. Little did I know that our encounter would alter my life forever. I couldn't help but feel a connection with this magical creature that would change everything.